Okay, very much related to annuities are something called a sinking fund. As a matter of fact, you can use the same formula. A fund formed by periodically setting aside money for the gradual repayment of a debt or replacement of a wasting asset is called a sinking fund. In other words, let's just say that you want $2,000. You want to save $2,000 to buy a motorcycle in 2 years. You want to figure out how much you have to put away each month so that you will have the $2,000 in 2 years. You'll be putting it into an account that's giving you interest, so you'll actually be putting in less than $2,000 during that time. All right, well, the amount needed at a future date is known. Maybe you need that $2,000 2 years from now. We must figure out how much money must be made or invested in each period to ensure that we have the needed amount at that future date. Well, we use the annuity formula, but we know A in advance. We know what the future value has to be, maybe $2,000. What we're going to find is R. We do not know what the monthly or yearly, whatever period you want to make the payments, we don't know what that is yet. We do have to know something about the type of account you're going to invest in. You need to know the periodic interest rate, and you need to know in the number of time periods that we're talking about. So, we're going to have all the variables given to us except for R. Let's look at this example. Rosie wants to have $7,500 available in 4 years so that she can pay cash for a reliable used car. An account will pay her 8% annual interest, compounded quarterly. She'll deposit a fixed amount into the account at the end of every 3 months. So not monthly, but every 3 months, because it's quarterly. How much must she deposit every 3 months? So how much must she deposit? That's the periodic payment. That means, what is capital R? And now let's look at all the numbers that are given to us. 7,500, she wants to have that in the future. The future value, 4 years from now, has to be 7,500. That's A. $7,500. The account pays 8% annual interest, R equals 0.08. But compounded quarterly means that it's 4 times per year. M is 4. So I, as always, is little r over M, which is 0.08 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So instead of thinking of it as 8% every year, think of it as 2% every 3 months, every fourth of a year. And then N is going to be the total number of time periods. So how many years was it? 4 years. You could say T is the number of years, so it's 4. It's compounded 4 times per year. So N is T times M, which is 4 times 4, or 16 total time periods. And now all we need to do is plug into the formula. A is 7,500. Equals R, that's our only unknown. What is 1 plus I? 1 plus I would be 1.02, and the exponent would be N, which is 16, minus 1 over I. Okay, so because we're going to look at a new formula next time that basically is R equals, it has R all by itself on one side, I think I'm going to write this like R, well, I'm going to divide both sides by this entire big thing in brackets to get R by itself. So my R is really equal to 7,500 in the numerator, and then this big thing in brackets in the denominator. 1.02 to the 16 minus 1 over, oh, I wrote I instead of 0.02. 0.02. 0.02. So let me get my calculator ready, and I'm gonna, let's see, think I'm going to do the denominator first. 1.02 raised to the 16th power minus 1 equals, let me see, I got to start over. 1.02 raised to the 16th power minus 1 divided by 0.02 equals, and maybe I will write down my interim result here. I'm getting 18.63929. I rounded, but that's 5 decimal digits past the decimal point. That should be plenty good. So R is equal to, if I take that number and divide by 500, and then I have to take the, okay, so that's 402.38. Now, if you heard me talking while I was using my calculator, let me tell you what I did. I like to compute the more difficult stuff first. I computed the denominator, and I came up with this value. And I had this value sitting in my calculator. So what I did is I divided it by 7,500, and then I hit the 1 over x button, because I'm supposed to get 7,500 divided by this 18-point number, but I did it the other way around. So then by pressing the 1 over x button, it got me the correct value I was looking for. So, for 4 years, if you make quarterly payments every 3 months of $402.38 into this account that pays 8% annual interest compounded quarterly, then you, or Rosie in this case, will have $7,500 at the end of that 4 years to buy the reliable used car.